What is up, guys? Welcome back to TK's Garage, and today we're going to talk a little bit about money and finance, and why, if you are a veteran or family of a veteran and you bank with USAA and some other banks we'll probably mention, why you probably shouldn't. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and I am having a fucking nightmare today. Yeah, I'm dropping the F-bomb right at the beginning. So, you guys know I'm doing some real estate stuff out here with homes, and I needed to make a move today, and I needed to get cash. Not a lot of cash, only $3,500. A very small amount of money, considering what homes would go for out here if you're paying cash $700,000, just to give you an average for a nice, 2,500 square foot to 3,000 square foot home. Okay, so so full disclosure, this is not me just destroying USAA, it's just me being honest. USAA is a great bank for veterans and their families. Okay, there is a lot of benefits to it. No ATM fees. If you get paid from the military, you get it like a day early. Government pay, retirement, VA, all that stuff. You get like a day before everybody else, right? Like a Bank of America or something like that. All right. Here's what sucks. Unless you live in San Antonio, there's no fucking branches. Now, where I was at when I was out at Fort Bragg, there were financial centers, and like you could deposit cash and do all that stuff. Like those ATMs were in, and they do have those deposit cash and all that stuff, ATMs, around some military installations across the country, but not many. Okay. Customer service, as far as getting somebody on the phone, is not bad, but when you have an issue like I had today, and we're going to get into that issue, it sucks. So let's break it down. So one of the other banks that I deal with is another military-based bank, and they're positioned. There's like two, I think, out here on the West Coast, but the rest are mostly Midwest and the East Coast, right? This is not USA. This is a different bank. And because there's no USAA here, I was like, you know what? I can just take my USAA debit card and go to my physical bank here, where I need to get $3,500 in cash, and just swipe my card and do what's called a cash advance. Now I know you're going to say, well, TK, do they call it that because it's it's not a credit card? No, you're right. So basically, what happens is I swipe my USAA card. My other military bank that's here deposits the funds into the account. All right, they deposit the funds into the account, and then what happens from there is I can then withdraw it right away, because it's almost like doing like a Zelle or a PayPal to yourself right away, right? That's basically what this is. So I go to do that, and then the manager at the bank proceeds to tell me that they don't have enough cash to cover $3,500. Now, unless Scrooge McDuck came in that bitch earlier in the day and withdrew like 30 stacks, which I don't believe, how are you a bank? And this is why this is dealing with just most small banks and whatnot, period. And you'll see why I'm getting into that here in a second. So personally, I kind of feel like there's an attack on cash. And the reason why I say that is it's not just the small banks. The bigger banks have more available. But I'll give you an example. If I had an account with, say, Wells Fargo, and I walked in and I told them I wanted $25,000 in cash today, they ain't got it. Or they can get it. You have to give them time, and they're going to take like an hour or two to get that money together. Like it's kind of crazy, right? I don't want to be on some J.G. Wentworth shit and be like, it's my money, I want it now, but I do. So let me tell you what happened. So I go, so I do that thing at my other bank. I swipe my USAA card to do like the deposit into the account, which I do. And then they tell me, well, we don't have that amount of cash available to give you all at one point. Can I give you a cashier's check? I'm like, no, I need cash. I don't need a cashier's check. Well, we can leave it open. No. I need cash. This was the whole purpose. Like, I need cash. Long story short, I get tired of waiting and them trying to figure out if they had the cash on hand, but like one of the tellers said something they probably shouldn't, and they were like, I think we only have like $4,200 in cash available, and it's like, how in the fuck do you only have $4,200 in cash? Now I get it, it's a bank on a military installation, so, and nobody's getting paid right now. It's not payday, right? So maybe they don't carry that much cash, but you're like on a secure military installation. Nobody's coming in there and robbing that bank. They're just not. So what in the F, man? So I was like, okay, whatever. So I hit my homeboy up, and I'm like, I'm going to go to the casino, because you know who's got cash? Casinos. And I'm just like, I'll just use my debit card at casino, and USA always refunds the ATM fee. It's like $9. I know I'll get it back, right? But then, my homeboy's like, well, you need to get a real bank account. And I agree. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. We're going to go to Bank of America, because they're pretty much everywhere, right? You see Bank of America, Chase, not so much, but they're in a lot of places too. And Wells Fargo. Like, those are like, I guess Truist is starting to grow. BB&T, SunTrust merger. But I was like, all right, F it. I'll go to, because I figured even if I just use it for like general daily transactions, like, F it. I'll just get Bank of America, right? So I get there and I'm like, you know what? I really ain't got time. I'm just going to go ahead and just pull it out. Because so here's the thing. My limit also on my debit card is $4,500. That's how much cash I can pull out at one time or a day. All right. So I put my friggin' card in the machine, do my PIN number, and I'm thinking like, okay, some ATMs would still have like a $1,500 limit or whatever, right? And but I try the big number first. So I go 3,500, enter, right? And I hear the machine doing its thing, and then it's like limited to only $1,500 or whatever it is, right? So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna have to do two $1,500 transactions and one $5. So I go to do the $1,500 transaction, enter, boop. I hear it say transaction canceled, and then it doesn't give me back my debit card. It just eats it, right? And then I get the notifications from USAA. This is what drives me nuts. Somebody like, now I get it if it's like somebody that doesn't normally spend money, right? But if you have the money and available and you can do your thing, like, I get it. Now, I understand that this would have been like my other bank, because of like the audit and stuff where the shit was frozen. Like, yeah, duh, ain't nothing happening. But that issue is being resolved and that account is being released. So I'm not stressing on that. The money basically where my YouTube stuff goes. But for like my everyday regular checking account, which I have with USAA, for them to do that really pissed me off. Now, USAA already acknowledged, because this is the thing. I called them yesterday to make sure that they upped my withdrawal limit from, I think it's $2,500 to $4,500, I think is what I did. So I wouldn't have any issues doing this, right? Now, because of a newer, I don't know if it's a new law, maybe you guys can name it here, and it's been in effect since Biden came into office. Basically, when you do a change, even if you're not doing withdrawal, but when you do a change or something like that with your bank as far as your limit or what you're trying to do, the banks are required to report that shit. You have to report that shit to the government. I don't understand. I don't get it. Needless to say, they get it sorted out. It takes a few hours because I wanted to get this done yesterday, and by that time it was too late in the day. I wasn't going to try to be running my ass up to Nellis to go to my bank, the other bank, not to know that it is what it is. So the purpose of the video today is kind of, if you think your money is safe in a bank as far as cash goes, you are sadly mistaken. Not safe, but if you think you have that money and you can go get it whenever you want or go get all of it, nah. Now, if you have like $300 in your checking account, yeah, you probably have access to all your funds. But if you have several $100,000 in your bank account, I'll give you a quick trial. Go into one of your regular branches or a place that a branch that you don't ever deal with. Walk in and give them your debit card. Each bank has a different procedure, whatever the procedure is. Walk in and tell them that you want to get out $25,000 in cash. You can put it right back into your bank account, but just do it. If you have that kind of money available, just do it and see what happens. Like, they literally will fucking hem and haw with you for over an hour and tell you that they don't have the funds available. I don't understand what the fuck is going on with these banks when it's your money, right? It's your money. You should be able to do whatever the hell you want with it. That's the thing that drives me nuts. So a small rant video. I know it's not really automotive related, but it's something I needed to talk about because now, I had to call USAA and they're getting it cleared up. It's not an issue, right? I had to go through a whole bunch of verification checks and all this other bullshit. But now I got the emails in. They cancel my debit card, so now I got to wait 1 or 2 business days as they ship me a new debit card. I got to put this debit card on all my subscription services and all my shit. Pain in the ass, right? And then the 30 minutes or so I got to be on the fucking phone dealing with them to get my account unfrozen. This is oh my God, I don't get it. And this is probably, for somebody like me, is the biggest reason I think crypto is important. I know you didn't think I was going to talk about crypto at all in this video, right? But that's why I think crypto is so huge, because I just feel like everything is being tightened. Everything is getting tightened down. It reminds me, if you read history, of like the 1930s, right? And it reminds me of when they made gold, where you weren't allowed to have gold. Like, it's just, I'm just seeing this shit, and it's because I've never had an issue like that. If I wanted to go to the bank and go pull out $3,000 or $4,000, fuck it, I was able to do that. And that's what this is so weird. So weird. I know you're going to say, well, TK, maybe you're flagged or maybe there's an issue. No, I've already verified that. We're good. Just unusual activity. But because of this, and if you guys know what the law is or what it was that was passed under the bill that Biden passed, or, Biden had submitted and it was passed. Now, I know a lot of it has to deal with pursuing PPP fraud and stuff, but it also deals with, like, if you do any transactions on PayPal, anything over $600 in a year, PayPal has to report you down to the IRS. It's that law. And now, evidently, if you do any kind of unusual transaction with your bank, they have to report you. So, like, this is, and it used to be it was like $10,000. So if you did like an $8,000 transaction or $7,500, you were good, right? Nobody's reporting you to the government. Now, fuck, if you normally spend a couple $100 a day and then you decide to come into the bank and pull out $3,500, you're getting reported. Unbelievable, man. Anyways, welcome to America. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Maybe I'm overreacting, but the purpose of the video today was to tell you why I kind of feel like these other niche banks for my fellow veterans and stuff really aren't worth it for you. Like USAA, because there's no branches. Now, credit unions like Navy Fed, I can say are cool because there's a branch. You can go in, you can talk to somebody. You can get something resolved like right away. And this is not a huge knock. I'm not like bashing USAA, but I have to be honest, because this really, I was saying I was like, F this, F that, I'm gonna smash somebody's mom sideways. I was hot. I'm mad because I really needed to get this specific thing done today, and now I look like a fucking idiot, and I don't like looking like an idiot. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Needless to say, Bank of America won a new customer today, and I know that they don't have as much cash in their branches either. It's not like I can walk in and say, let me get 100 racks. It's not happening. But if I go in there and say, let me get $3,000 or $4,000, it's not a problem. And there's branches everywhere. And I hate doing it because I liked supporting USAA and I liked the interest I was getting on my money. Having the investment account that's tied to them, my homeowner's insurance, like having everything in one house was nice, but it's not for me to break that shit up because I just can't do it. It's ridiculous. War on cash. Huh.